What you're seeing right now is a game called Black Mesa, which is a recreation of the original Half-Life, and it's honestly a really good experience. But after me and probably many other people played Half-Life 2 VR and Half-Life Alyx, it really shows just how much potential this has as a VR game. Now, a while ago, a mod called Black Mesa Source VR was made, and what this did was take the source version, which if you didn't know, Black Mesa is made in an engine called the Zen engine, which is proprietary. It's closed source, and it for that reason isn't practical to make a VR mod for it. And so what this guy did is he took the source maps, which were published by, I think Crowbar Collective published them in 2020, and he ported them to VR. And it's a pretty buggy experience. A lot of things are broken, and you do have to no-clip near the end. But all in all, it is a pretty faithful recreation of it in VR. It combines it with the Half-Life 2 VR mod, but this wasn't enough for me. Okay, this isn't enough for me. And me being, don't worry about that. Don't worry about. I know what I'm doing. I promise. And me being a developer, I thought, you know what? I think I could do better. But I was wrong. You see, for a while, I tried to actually mod the original game using a DLL injection, and I realized I went way over my head. However, I think I can piggyback off of what this guy did, and it surprised me that no one else has done this yet, because it seems like such an obvious path forward. You see, the version of the game he's using uses Black Mesa 2020, but since then there's been a lot of updates, and it's very different now. But no one's updated it. All the weapons are from Half-Life 2, and the bugs seem very fixable. I don't know why no one else has done this, but I guess I'm going to. I'm doing it because nobody else will. In the first part of it, the script I've been making today and a little bit of yesterday, I call the Sourcelizer. So like I said earlier, the maps from Black Mesa are fundamentally incompatible with the ones from Source that Half-Life 2 VR uses, which is what we're doing. We're porting the maps from Black Mesa to Half-Life 2 VR, and then kind of stitching them together into a game. Let me actually go ahead and show you that. So you can see right here, we have both the maps. If I go ahead and decompile them, we get this. I did this earlier. And to decompile them, you basically take the map file and you run it through this program called BSP source, and it decompiles it. And you can see, if I open this source one in the Half-Life 2 VR Hammer, which is the editor, it works perfectly fine. So this is the version that ships with the mod, the VR mod. It's the old source version from 2020. No, don't worry about that. And you can see that if I load up the texture, yeah, it works. Cool, right? So, yeah, and like I said, the problem with this is that this is old. If I go over here, you can see it uses whatever the hell this is instead of what's actually there. There's no hole in the floor, which there should be, and there's an ant line. Don't worry about that. That's supposed to be there. But okay, who wants this? This is old. I want to update it. It's a lot more dramatic for other maps. This one's probably where it's most noticeable early game. So that's why I chose it. But you can see if I try opening the one from Black Mesa, this is the one I decompiled from the actual Black Mesa Zen engine, and I try opening it in Hammer, well, you're going to see pretty quickly after it loads the file, it just crashes. Access violation is actually what I got. If I open Black Mesa, if I open Black Mesa Hammer, this is the hammer that comes with Black Mesa, and it runs off the Zen engine, and using this, I go over to here, and I open that file. You can see, once we turn on texture, here it is. Well, it's perfectly fine. And you'll notice that if we go down here, over here, it has these new things, it has the hole in the floor. This is the new version. Okay, what if there is a way to open this inside of the other hammer? Well, unfortunately, directly, there is not. And that is why I developed a program. Don't worry about that. That's just an issue with the hammer. I introduced you the Sourcelizer. The Sourcelizer is a program, and it's designed to... Oh, hold on. There's one more thing I want to do. Sorry. Okay, and so this is the Sourcelizer. And what it's designed to do is to take aspects from the Black Mesa map and port it over to the source map. So it takes the old source map, the old outdated one, which I'm taking advantage of the fact that it's still mostly right. And the new Black Mesa one, and it's sort of merging the important parts together. If you are interested in what it technically does, it merges the funk detail uh, stuff from the Zen Engine one and the prop static from the Zen Engine one, and the actual world block from the Zen Engine one, and it basically cut and pastes that into the new one, but it also makes sure that there's nothing that's already in the space it's occupying as to not duplicate the entire map. That's sort of what it does, and I'm going to show you pretty much how it works and what I like the biggest things I had to consider when making this. So this is the first devlog, so this is more of a development video. If you are like a regular consumer, yeah, my customers, if you're someone who wants to use this mod, you still have quite a while left. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this. This is a pretty big project, but this is a huge step forward. This is probably the most important program I'm going to make for it. And so if we go to the maps and we take the two maps that I got, the source one and the Black Mesa one, and we go to the Sourcelizer, input, and paste them in. We rename the source one to source, and the Black Mesa one to Zen. And we go ahead and we open up a terminal in this directory. The program is made in Lua. In fact, it's made in Lua, but I recommend using LuaJIT. LuaJIT stands for just in time. It's basically a compiler. It's a long story, but it just makes it for our sake, it does it faster. And one thing I haven't used Lua in a while. Lua's probably the thing I'm most proficient in, but I haven't used it in a while. I love Lua. I really miss Lua. Lua is such a great programming language. Just a side note. But if I go ahead and run the program, you can see a bunch of stuff is flashing. Just wait a little bit. Boom. There we go. Reached end of entity list. Entity buffer complete. Adding master string buffer to source text. Entity copy over successful. Text manipulation complete. Sourcification completed. File outputted. Have a very safe day. Thank you. So if we look at the output, oh my god, a VMF file. That's crazy. And if we go to the log, this is a really interesting thing. You have basically everything that happened. This has been actually really useful. I don't usually make logs for my program or that good error handling, which I should start to do. This was incredibly useful, just having an entire text file that had literally all the information. Okay, that side note. Now, if I open this in the Half-Life Hammer, not the Black Mesa one, this is the Hammer from Half-Life 2 VR. You can see it looks pretty similar. If we go over here, see, oh, these doors are glitching. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, but if I go over here, you can see, oh my god, we have the new things, but we also have the old things. Well, that's sort of why this is going to take me a while. While I could write a program that is just super smart, I can't write one that's incredibly smart, right? I can't make a program that is capable of knowing, hey, that is like an old thing, even though it's built completely differently. That's just, that's not really practical. And it's such little work anyways, it would probably be quicker if I did it. I would need like, I would need to build like an entire neural network basically to identify whether or not it's practical, and that there's absolutely no way in hell I'm doing that. You can see here, it has the new map stuff, but it also has a lot of the old map stuff. Except for this. These are funk details. These are prioritized from the Zen Engine. The Zen Engine has this. But you can see there's a lot of duplicates, but also a lot of just non-duplicates, right? Just original stuff. There's this hole in the ground. You can see. Pretty much everything down here is new. And we have this up here. And basically, what I'm relying on is the Sourcelizer isn't a full, like, button done. Okay? No. What it is it's an amazing starting point. When I run the Sourcelizer, it prevents me from having to do a whole lot of work. It seriously simplifies the process. From now, all I have to do is have Black Mesa's map open on my second monitor and just go through the map section by section and tweak everything so that it looks exactly like Black Mesa. Sometimes as I go through, I'll probably add more things that I want. For example, if I want crates, what are crates considered? What is their type? Let's go over to a crate. Prop physics. I could add all prop physics if I wanted, or I could only add crates because there's a world model here. Wow, I cannot speak. A world model here, and then I can just replace that. So this is fundamentally how the updating of the maps is going to work. It's going to require a lot of manual work, but a huge portion of it is automated. I don't know if I'm going to release the files for this yet. I'm probably going to do it in the first release. In the first release of this mod, which will probably be like just a few maps and just a few entities. Once basically I convert like at least one map and get it into a stable state, everything is getting published for anyone to look at. I absolutely am not a fan of how Half-Life 2 VR and how Crowbar Collective have private sourced their code. Now, I know for at least for Crowbar Collective, actually for both of them, they have completely fair reasons for doing so. Crowbar Collective was forced to by Valve. I know if I were them, and I think they probably wish it was open sourced. Half-Life 2 VR, they're just finalizing things. I think they should still have open sourced it. And when I say open source, I mean opening the source, not like making it so anyone can edit it, just so people can see it. I absolutely do not support that practice of closing the source. The source will be open. Will it be open sourced in the way that you can actually go in and contribute? I don't know yet. Will the source be open so you can look at everything I change? Absolutely, it will be the case. First, I am going to figure out everything legally, but yeah, there's a lot of things, but this is the first devlog, okay? Getting ahead of ourselves. This is the first thing. And if you're worried about it not compiling with all the new stuff, I can assure you this does compile. That's what took me so long. I kept running into compiling issues because like, oh, you have too many things, you know? Oh my god, you have too many things in the map. As you can see, it is compiling, okay? I fixed that issue by just working on it. The main issue was we were copying all of the func details. That was the biggest problem. Func details kept getting copied over in the same spot. That was the biggest issue in all, is that if there's anything in the same spot, it gets overridden, and you basically double the amount of data in the map, which is a huge wrong thing. You don't want to do that. I even ran into the issue earlier. I don't know how this happened. If you add up the data of both the source map and the Black Mesa map together, I had more in my finished VMF file, which is, as far as I could tell, literally impossible. I don't know how that happened. I'm just not going to question. I'm sure like Gaben was cursing me or something. I'm sorry. I think Gaben would actually support this. I think if Gaben was in charge, he would support this. Oh, he is in charge. Praise Gaben. He would support this. Anyway, that's it for this devlog. The next devlog. Oh, I forgot to mention. I have implemented the hound eye. The original hound eye from Black Mesa. So that is possible. I don't know why I forgot to say that, but I have done that. Okay. Okay, next. This is the first devlog of the mod. Okay. Black Mesa VR2 is what I'm calling it. Or Black Mesa VR 2026. I don't know. I'm editing the video now.